Hey everybody, Joe Lowry, what a day, happy Wednesday out there, it's Hump Day, and as I like to call it, the week's middle finger. Yeah boy, we're halfway there folks, and today is August 30th, and today is actually National Toasted Marshmallow Day. That's right, did you know that in 1927, the Girl Scout Handbook came out with its first publication. It shared a recipe for a roasted marshmallow combined with chocolate bars and graham crackers. Well, we all know what that is today, s'mores. That's right, go out there and enjoy the weather and go grab some toasted marshmallows and make some s'mores. Well, while countless of Houstonians are still waiting for rescue, Tropical Storm Harvey has now swallowed another Texas city. The entire city of Port Arthur is now underwater. And right now, Port Arthur Mayor Derek Freeman said the whole city is underwater right now, but we are coming. He stressed today on Facebook that if you called, we are coming. Please get to higher ground if you can, and please stay out of the attic. These bellows are impacting most of southern Texas right now, and the storm has slowly made its way to Louisiana. It has made landfall yet again, and without all the stories coming out of Texas, this one has got to be just the most plain disturbing, called price gouging. That's right, the Texas Attorney General Ken Baxton has issued warnings about price gouging to businesses in times of disasters. Now, according to a statement of the Attorney General's website, price gouging is legal and is defined as selling or leasing fuel, food, or medicine, or another necessity at an exorbitant or excessive price. Now, some gas stations were selling gas for $8 to $9 a gallon. That's a huge price gouge right there. Although they do expect a bump at the pump, that kind of jump is just plain illegal, period. They have already had more than 500 complaints and price gouging during Hurricane Harvey over the weekend. And again, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton said on Monday that includes reports up to some people paying $99 for a case of water. What? $99. You can't do this stuff in Texas. I mean, $4 to $10 a gallon for gas is crazy. They are significant penalties if you get caught doing price gouging, folks. Anyone who does so can be hit with a $20,000 fine per occurrence, or up to $250,000 if the victim is over the age of 65. As for whether there'll be a shortage of goods, Paxton said the big retailers are in the process of reestablishing the supply chains as quickly as they can, so they don't think as large as the country is, as large as the state of Texas is, that supply is ultimately going to be that big of an issue. Personally, I find it deplorable that you would exploit such a disaster to gain profit during a time in which citizens must come together. This is a federal disaster, folks, and for some retailers, that means dollar signs, and that's just plain sickening. And relief efforts are no doubt going to continue to stop pouring in. So far, Channel 5 has set up a telethon for the Houston victims. They're actually going to have another huge telethon in September, kind of similar to what they did for Manchester United. Locally, Channel 5 wants you to donate. If you call 781-433-4009, visit their mobile app or website. You can get information on how to help out with that as well. Sandra Bullock, the latest out of Hollywood, to donate $1 million to their relief efforts. And if you didn't know, Houston Texans defensive lineman J.J. Watt came out and started asking people to pledges. He has single-handedly raised up to $4 million. He's now raised the goal to $10 million. Now, the American Red Cross says more money allows organizations in Texas to buy what people need at any given time. Locally, Boston Mayor Marty Walsh got a list of most needed items from Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner. Among those items are baby formula, toiletries, non-perishable foods, blankets, new clothes, and diapers. The city will be collecting these at various locations throughout Boston, but most notably from 9 to 5 at City Hall and City Hall Plaza. And also, they will be shipping out most of the items tomorrow. So if you have those items, folks, and you're in the Boston area, feel free to drop them off. And did you know that the U.S. Navy, they're using spy planes right now to survey the water and the damage over the Texas area? Okay, well, moving on now. The Red Sox continued the winning ways last night by shutting down the Blue Jays 3-0. Chris Sale notched his 15th win of the year. Hanley Ramirez hit the lone dinger of the night. The Sox tried to sweep out the series tonight with Rick Porcello taking the mound. Early today, the Yankees lost 2-1, thus improving our AL East lead to 5 games. The Yankees do play again tonight, so that could be moved up even if we do win again. And today was a crucial day for Dustin Pedroia's potential return from the DL. He's testing the bulky left knee. No word yet out of the Red Sox clubhouse what's going on. He does hope to return in time for the Yankee series, which begins tomorrow. And we all know the final preseason until tomorrow night against the Texans up at Foxborough. The New England Patriots announced they'll probably sit most of their starters so they can get a better look at some of the other players fighting for positions. The Patriots need to cut their roster down to 53 players by the weekend, which is a mandatory requirement for most of the NFL. We're just 8 days away from the season opener as the Pats get ready to hoist Super Bowl banner number 5 as the defending world champs take on the Kansas City Chiefs. As expected, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell will be there. NBC's carrying the sports. They're carrying the live coverage, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fanfare. There'll be a host of bevy of entertainment for all. That's yet to be announced yet. Not sure who's going to be doing the national anthem, but I'm sure there'll be some speculation on who's doing that soon. And briefly, Thursday preseason game between tomorrow's night's preseason game against the Texans and Cowboys obviously has been canceled. They're letting players check on their families, help out with rescues, and actually assist with relief victims. And one other notable news, Cleveland Browns, they have cut quarterback Joe Hayden. That's right, the two-time Pro Bowler was made aware early this morning that he has been cut. That is ultimately shocking. Well, Facebook has a new status update. The social network will open up a new office in Cambridge next year and plans to hire more than 500 employees, bringing the Boston-based staff to 650. Co-founder Mark Zuckerberg launched the Harvard store before camping out to the West Coast, established his first Boston-based team nearly 4 years ago with a small group of employees. Well, today, they have boomed up to 100, and they are growing. And that Kendall Square office is just getting too tight. Right now, Facebook office, they're serving 2 billion people on Facebook. As they said, they need to continue to scale and move up and make room. And don't blame them. That's a lot of people in a short amount of time. Well, good luck for Facebook with that. In the wave of the ballistic missile launches from North Korea, President Donald Trump said Wednesday that talking is no longer the answer when it comes to dealing with North Korea, seeking to contradict some of the top cabinets who insist that the U.S. will seek peaceful resolution. Tensions between Pyongyang and the U.S. despite its provocative missile tests. The U.S. has been talking to North Korea. In the past, they have extorted money for 25 years. Talking is not the answer, Trump tweeted. Just days after North Korea launched that missile that flew over to Japan, it was not immediately clear what Trump meant by extortion money. I know what it means. But nonetheless, though, other administrations are refusing to talk about it. And they do feel that giving him that money and so forth, with as well as food aid packages, would hope Pyongyang would curb his commitment to nuclear weapons. Well, guess what? That promise has been broken. So whatever you got to do, it's got to be done soon. This is a real threat, folks. And finally, tonight, a shout-out to Laura Seymour Gillette. She's a Quincy native. That's right. She moved down to Pearland, Texas. She's a nurse. She's been in the thick of it since Friday. She's actually worked 5 days straight, folks. She's been handling it out there, and I got in touch with Channel 5 today, and they actually interviewed Laura today. She'll be on the 6 o'clock news. So if you see this video before 6 o'clock, check it out on WCVB Channel 5. It'll be up on their website as well as mobile app. And finally, one more thing. Godspeed to Laura. And if you're going to check out my YouTube page, www.youtube.com/Joe Lowry What It Is. I need subscribers, folks. Godspeed to all the victims of Hurricane Harvey. God bless you all. I'm Joe Lowry. Happy Hump Day. The week's middle finger. What a day.